Chip,
Rell.
what's going on, baby?
Ah, shit.
How's it going?
It's going good. How are you?
I'm good. Life's good, man. No complaints.
That's
Um,
awesome.
on the micro level, I'm phenomenal. On the macro level, it's everything's burning. But yeah, it's good to catch up, especially so closely after last week. So
Nope.
I want to, well, today's topic. Oh, well, first, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Rail Talk. We're your host, Jarrell Williams,
Soren Dragoya.
and our topic today will be independent journalism and new media. But as in every episode, we'll cover a little bit of what's going on in the world if we have that to discuss. So, Chip, you got anything on your mind?
Yeah, your neck of the woods.
Yep, that's where I was going to go if you didn't say it.
Yep.
But all right. So in the news most recently today, the Virginia Supreme Court overturned the ruling, well, the voting of
hmm
our redistricting that was
Well, let's
voted on.
go.
Yes. Oh,
Let's
go
go
for it.
full context on this one. So back in April or
Mm,
March.
Maybe late March,
Okay,
early April, we
there was a
had
vote.
an
That.
election, a referendum
Yep.
that the state of Virginia voted on that won by 1 or 2 percentage points
Yep.
to change the map.
hmm
And it would be in favor of the Democrats to
hmm
counteract what had happened in red states and to also join the one blue state that has done it on a larger scale, California, during this redistricting battle. So once that passed, I believe we talked on it on a prior episode, and I definitely
hmm
talked to you before. I was very happy that it happened because I wanted to level the playing field. And this morning, today is what, May 8th? Yeah. 2026, we had the Supreme Court here ruled that on a technicality because it had fallen within the parameters of an election period because of our, was it primaries was going on? Something about it. I'm trying to get it completely right. There was a time frame that was there. Either way, the technicality was pretty trash to me, but they threw out the vote, which dismissed everything that we as the people of this state of Virginia voted on and chose to have happen. And it was an insult to democracy, and I am actually upset by what took place because it goes against everything that the country should and has stood for. Um on I heard there will be an appeal. Part of me thinks at some point it will ignite revolt, depending on what comes in down the road. And then there's another part of me, and I'll mention this independent journalist later. But he had said, "What's stopping the Democratic Party from just going like, nah, we're not going to do that. This is what the people want, and this is what we're going to carry out."
Like they did in Ohio.
Yes, which is when he said that, I went, actually, yeah. Yeah, fuck that. Because he said technically the judges can rule on certain aspects, but they can't overturn people's votes, especially when there wasn't anything nefarious being done. If
So
it's
my
just an
question.
outright vote. Go ahead, go ahead.
So my question on that one, because if you go back, it states that it's a lot of constitutional procedure. So
Hmm.
the court held that the 2025 election had already begun via
Hmm.
early voting on September 19th before
Hmm.
the assembly passed this amendment for the first time on October 31st, 2025.
Hmm.
So I don't know exactly what. I think it was to change. There was like a vote to change the amendment, and then like the referendum, what provided details on how that would happen. I guess I need to do a little bit more research on that one. However,
No, you
the
you are correct. The first vote was within for the amendment.
Yeah.
And then it did go to the people which we voted on the referendum. So yes.
So this is the crazy part because would this have been overturned if it came the other way?
And that was what was said on many of the journalists that I was viewing today because
Yeah.
I'm going so fucking deep in this rabbit hole.
Sure.
Um yes, if it went the other way, would this have turned out the same? And I wholeheartedly believe no.
I wholeheartedly believe no as well because I think that a lot of these judicial areas are captured up in left right politics. And that's
Which
a
they
sad,
shouldn't be.
cynical view, but
Yes.
that's just how
No,
I
no, no,
feel about
no.
it.
It's true, and it's been displayed repeatedly, and
Yeah,
it bothers
yes.
me
S-
because that's not what they're supposed to be for. And I
So,
get it's hard to be unbiased as a human being, but I also know that if you're a judge, you're supposed to rule on the cases given to you and not based on whatever political allegiance you think you have. That's what
so
bothers.
I need to probably read more about like the major. It was 4-3, so it was
Mhm.
close.
Oh, it was,
Um,
yes.
did you by any chance look into since you did a lot of the like deep dive? Did you look to see what maybe the minority opinion was,
No, I
or
didn't get to see what what was the actual statements given. No, I haven't
yeah,
seen
yeah,
it
yeah.
yet. And that I will do.
Yeah, because it all just fell today on a Friday. Great.
Yeah, I actually haven't found it yet. I did look because
Oh,
I
yeah,
want it the
yeah.
same way that I did for what we just
The
asked,
Supreme Court.
Louisiana. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Um
I'm finding this all just like terribly convenient. Like the Republicans were about to get fucking obliterated in these midterms, and now via gerrymandering, whatever's going on with Louisiana, um, and this Virginia kind of throwing this whole court case out. It it reeks of legal voter tampering, you know what I mean? Like,
yes, no,
it's
absolutely.
not absolutely illegal, but
Oh
there's no
no.
way that this is the will of the people.
The legality isn't what I can argue because the legal system is what's doing it. I'm arguing that not only does it disrupt what the people wanted, it is completely unethical and it's shady as fuck. That's what bothers me about it. Yeah, they can always battle, hey, but it's not illegal, but everything is not on the legal spectrum makes it right or wrong. This is
Not all laws are good. That's really a lot of the
yes.
fundamental there. I don't wanna get into that nuance of a
No,
conversation
no, 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 no,
because
no.
I mean, we can pull 100 examples from history where that shit just did not work out well. Um,
Yes.
but I do wanna have a deeper conversation on this one where should if 49 or 50 no, let's try this again. If you are part of the 48 or 49%, and
Hmm.
51% of the people, more than half, just fucking slightly,
Hmm.
just voted to change the way that your state is redistricted. Is that a good idea?
Oh, if you're asking me, yes. And even if we were to lose, I think okay, I'll take it. Okay, I'll answer it in two ways. I think yes, because once something comes to the people, the results have to be lived with. But I can go a step further to think the gerrymandering shouldn't have come up at all. Yes.
All right. So I disagree with your first point. I know that sounds fucked up, but I don't really believe in democracy. Um, yeah, I don't really believe in it because we are stupid. It turns into the tyranny of the majority, right? Like you've got 51% that decide what's happening for 100%. That does not fucking make sense for me. It just doesn't.
Okay.
What you what you have, and the fact that like it's a two-party system, there's no equal representation in this. I don't think that 51% should be deciding the other 49%.
What's your solve?
And so we need to get away from this two-party system. There's no way around that. I think there needs to be either ranked voting, a lot more independence, or something more like what the Europeans or the Canadians have, where we have like this parliamentary system. Like you can win seats. Different
Mm.
parties win different seats. It takes a coalition, it takes coordination to actually get anything done. And that does slow. down government a little bit, it gums the works up. I totally get that.
Mhm.
But this this is a terrible fucking idea. This is a terrible idea where we have 51%. If it had gone the other fucking way and Virginia goes all fucking red or God knows what, I don't know, I'm just making shit up at this point. I don't think that's fair either. I think that's a terrible solution. Both sides. Like
And I
this
told you, even though I would have hated it and I would have been bitching, I would have lived with the result.
well, that's because you're a fair-minded and a reasonable human being. I don't think that we are working with people who are fair-minded and
Oh,
reasonable.
well, that
Like,
goes without saying.
and that's part of the reason why, like, you now have a system that is fundamentally broken, that can be decided on a coin flip, and all it takes is for one party's propaganda to be a little bit better in any given year. And I mean, God help you. God damn it, this is going to be just a long rant. But in order for this to be pulled off, you have to stupefy the fucking country. You have to pull funding from liberal arts, from education, from schooling, from higher education for decades to slowly stupefy a fucking country to get to the point where we are. America has a
Like that's
caste
what they've been
system.
doing.
That's what they've been doing. America has a
Uh-huh.
caste system. You've got elites and rich people at the top, and they're split into two different camps, mostly corporatists and whatever the fuck the billionaire techno oligarchs are.
Hmm.
There's not a whole lot of difference between them. This is my view, and it's just me going down a rabbit hole.
Hmm.
And so the people are voting, but it's more of an illusion at this point because they're only given two decisions that have already been vetted by corporatists or techno oligarchs or God knows fucking what.
And at this
And
point, if we don't go with the way that they want it to go, they'll flip it.
that's yes, that's exactly it. And if you make too much of a stink, you'll never get a real shot. So the
Hmm.
AOCs and the Bernies, they're never going to get a real fucking shot.
Oh no, they would never be allowed to make it to the presidential ranks.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or even the reins of power. Like Bernie's not on any important committees right now. AOC
Or be the
is
leader of a certain chamber of
yes,
Congress. Yeah.
right.
Hmm.
So he'll never be majority speaker. He'll never be any of
Hmm.
this shit because
Hmm.
he's just not going along with it. And like so at this point, if the propaganda of one side is just marginally better, or if one side has been working on a quite frankly decades long plan to just enshitify the education system, strip it, gut it of everything that it has, so that the people are actively fucking dumber.
Hmm.
At the same time, removing any methodology that you can get to middle class. So you strip labor unions as well. You ripen the entire population for a demagogue. Now, I don't know if this was all thought out or if it was just like opportunities that presented itself and some
I
rather
think it's
sharp
been a
people
little bit
saw it.
of both.
A little bit of both. They're trying to push it in one direction, but then like jumping on opportunities as they saw them.
Yes.
And hence all of Trump's presidency has been nothing more than an opportunity. Like this was not a plan. This guy's a fucking chaos agent.
I
Me
think
and
there
they
was a real loose outline and a lot of happenstance.
I think they saw that, oh, while he's breaking shit, we can follow up behind him. He's like the really fat fullback, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
just he like Jerome Bettis motherfucker,
Just
like,
stumbling and
just
bumbling.
yeah, just
And
get
then
in
you
the
just
ball and
grab
run
onto the
behind him.
back of
Yeah,
his jersey and go.
yeah, just,
Yeah.
like, ride it all the way into the end zone.
Yeah.
That's what Trump is. He's too big for
That's
anyone
it.
to really figure out how to trip up.
Exactly. He's just created he had a backing of people that felt like outcasts and he led with a lot of hatred and it gained traction.
Well,
And they
that
went,
and companies realize that he's more transactional and they can just buy him. Why go through all the rigmarole of appearing
you
like
don't
you're
have to go through
moral?
red tape when you can bribe
Yeah.
someone. Yes.
Well,
Yes.
not even that, not even red tape. I'm talking about like why go through the effort of appearing like you're moral, looking like you give a shit, spending money on DEI when you can just buy the fucking
Oh, you mean
presidency.
no longer playing the game?
Correct.
Then yes, yeah.
Well, we'll just playing the game by a different set of rules. Like when the Democrats were in power, the corporations were all, I mean, I remember June 3 years ago when it was,
Hmm.
rainbow every fucking thing. What did you see this? What did you see last June?
Very dark skies.
You're not gonna see a lot of rainbow shit, I'll tell you that.
It wasn't anything rainbow. It was a lot of red.
You're gonna see a lot of
No.
fucking lack of rainbows this coming year as well. Because now
Yes.
those companies aren't fucking with that anymore. Because
They're not even faking it anymore because they never cared to begin with. They just
they
played
never
along with whoever was in power.
that was exactly it.
Yes.
And I
It
like to
was
think
the
maybe
illusion of diversity.
I like to think that there's still a couple companies like Costco and others who are,
Oh, I will never
fighting the good fight.
completely generalize
Yeah.
all, but I mean the
Yeah.
majority of them, yes.
So this is where we find ourselves right now, where we have to bringing it all back of like we are going to be steered by 51% of the population, and most of them are dumb. Most of your fellow
Mhm.
man and women and
Mhm.
non-women's and theys and thems and thars and
The
thirpers, I don't fucking know,
population of the country is
are
mostly
fucking
dumb.
stupid. Is mostly dumb. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's
They had
it's
to be to elect who we have.
I mean, or stay home. I'm
That's
not
not a
gonna.
smart thing either. Yes.
That's
Yes.
what
Yes. Yes.
like that was a
Yeah.
stupid decision. And even if now here's the benefit here. Just because you're stupid right now doesn't mean you're stupid forever. I
No,
can
I
be
mean,
stupid. I can be
you can.
temporarily stupid.
Yes, people do dumb things all the time.
Right.
Intelligent people. I don't
Yeah.
mean that they're permanently stupid, but hopefully
If
you wise up at some point.
if you're not doing something to unmake that stupidity within yourself, to educate yourself, learn something,
Because
like,
part of me doesn't like the fact that there are people waking up that goes, yeah, I voted for this and I realize this is fucked up. And yeah, I want to talk shit about them, but I don't want to turn them away because I mean, hey, come on over.
dude, you got a spot next to me.
Yeah.
I'm not a beacon or bastion of morality myself. I do stupid shit currently. I've done
I
dumb
want to
shit in the
welcome
past.
everybody that can hear our voice that goes, you know what? Fuck this MAGA shit. Let me switch up. And if your other argument is the same arguments we had, what can the Democrats give us better? Yes, we will agree.
Yeah.
All our other podcast episodes are about that. We just don't want this fucker and these lunatics gaining anything more because they've gotten us nowhere and they've taken us back 50 years for every year that they're in. So we just want to move on beyond them. And I
Yes.
know the other side isn't perfect. I'm not saying these are our saviors, but damn it, if you got to make a choice, come on. Come on.
It's not even want to make a choice. I would love to see somebody actually stand up with a set of like ideas and morals and other things. Like, you know what? Love him or hate him, I do like Zoran Mondani for this.
Oh, I
Like,
like
he
Mamdani
had
a lot.
he had three fucking things. He's like, I'm gonna deliver these three things, and he's been good about it. He's on podcasts, he's on radio, and I've never seen him fuck up. And he
Because
stays
the
on
man's
message.
on a he has a goal, he has a message, and he stays on topic because it's something he genuinely believes in. It's
Well,
not stuff that he's feeding us as like top talking points.
that's
And he
fair.
seems like an actual human being.
He does seem there's more authenticity behind his words. Like,
Yes.
even I don't know if this is like his deep-seated love of all time, or just like, hey, this is something that's I'm passionate about right now. But you can tell that he's like, these three things, he stays on point. These are the three things that he's gonna deliver. And you're like, damn. Any question they use to trip him up too is just funny. They're like, hey, they're gonna use you to like, get the MAGA vote out and all that shit. He's like, I can't be thinking about that. I am
No.
gonna do what New Yorkers want me to do. And that's these three fucking things. And he just keeps repeating it.
When they
He's like,
tried
if they
to trip him up with the Israel shit, he was
yeah,
like, "No, I'm not focused on
yeah.
that.
That's
This
hey,
is what I'm chasing."
yeah. I don't think there should be a genocide, but also here's what the New Yorkers want out of me.
Yes, I'm going to be the mayor of New York. I have nothing to do with what's going on over
Yeah. Yes,
there.
there are Jews in New York. welcome.
Yes.
They're also
Yes.
Muslims, welcome.
Yes. And this is what I want to do for my people
That's
in the
right.
city.
This is the 3. And that really is what I think is missing and why probably Trump was successful. He didn't go on about the virtues of every fucking thing. He talked
No.
about 3 things. Whenever he went off script, they kinda
There's
yoinked him a
something
little
that
bit.
people love about conviction. You have a short
Yes.
list of things, and you actually, even if Trump was lying, he was locked into it,
Mhm.
and you commit to it. You got to commit to the bit, and you got to go through with it. The problem that's turning the people off that were digging him is he went against what he said. He never fully gave into any of that. He
Yep.
never really delivered on not a single promise. And when people see that, they go, oh shit, the wool was pulled over our eyes. The opposite
And
thing, we can see Mamdani trying. I don't know if every single thing will succeed, but this man's gaining traction. He's putting in the work and he's doing his damnedest to deliver.
this is what wants to I wanna wrap that into something else that I was talking about in
Mhm.
terms of this is one of the reasons why going right back to the, like, tyranny of the majority type shit, where I can't trust I just can't, any Republican right now because that party has capitulated so hard to a unified executive power, to a executive that has, quite frankly, been ignoring or bulldozing through, like, either constitutional precedents or flirting straight with, like, denying and fucking up the Constitution. Like, for example,
Mhm.
he's like, "Oh, maybe we'll run a second time." The Republicans flirt with it, he flirts with it. Sorry, a 3rd time, not a second.
I know. Yes, a
Yeah,
third
g
time.
a 3rd
And
term,
going
yeah.
against the 22nd Amendment. Yes.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, that is
You
abs
can't.
like, you cannot. Like, that's in the fucking Constitution. But the
And I'm
fact that the
like, are you
Republicans
daring us to drag you out this motherfucker or what?
that would be funny as shit if Obama ran. I know he doesn't want to, but it'd be funny as he has the opportunity to do the funniest fucking thing.
Oh man, that would be yes.
I don't want him to. Like, no,
I
you
don't
did your
either. I
8,
want
man.
him. He's
Yeah.
living his best life.
Yeah, I see him. He's had basketball games and shit. Like, God bless, man. But also, to watch
Yes.
the debate between those 2 would be utterly
Oh my.
hilarious,
That's oh god. That they could charge prices.
right?
Yes, I'd pay to watch that.
Mhm.
Oh my god. Yes. I think ironically this does tie into our
Yep,
topic.
I think so too.
Uh, yes. So one, I think even though we are very small, we're part of the new media. We
Oh,
deliver
true. Yep.
news in a very entertaining way. I won't go as far as saying it's independent journalism because I think journalists do more research than us, even though we do research.
Mhm. We depend
And
on
we
actually them that are doing a lot of the, like, on the ground reporting, digging, and stuff
yes.
like that. You're right. Like, we source those. We probably I don't know if we're supposed to source those like, "Hey, this is where I got that." But,
I mean,
um,
I think we give a lot of mentions
shout
to who
outs.
we
Yeah.
do. Yes, yes. Um, So first, I was gonna do this last, but I'll start off. So a lot of the independent journalism that I've been following is like Brian Tyler Cohen, The Bulwark, Pod Save America or
Mhm.
Pod Save the World, Let's Talk Elections, The Ezra Klein Show, Legia Miller, On with Cara Swisher,
Mhm.
Adam Conover, Glenn Krishner,
Is
Don
Adam
Lemon,
Conover the young guy?
the comedian as well.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. Glenn Kushner, Don Lemon, and takes by Jamel Boye or Boye, Bouie. Those are the ones that the 12 that come to mind that I've followed the most on podcasts and on YouTube.
I will toss in, Trevor Noah in there as well.
Oh
He does a
yes,
lot more,
please.
like, life pieces, which I
Yes.
love. They're, like, really intimate. Like, you just bring somebody on and just talks about their life story about it. Not like their life story and how it affects politics necessarily, but just like
No, but it's
he
still
finds
journalism. Yes.
I would consider that still, yeah, journalism. He basically interviews people on like sort of a biographical wavelength. And he is such an empathetic and
Yes.
sincere human being that I like,
Which makes it so enjoyable.
yeah.
John Stewart and John Oliver
Mhm.
can be there as well.
Yep, yep.
And are we
Oh
missing
yeah,
it?
John Oliver, absolutely. Like
Oh,
that's an
yes.
incredibly
He
tightly
gives
researched.
us research on things that would be boring if it wasn't him.
That yes,
Yes.
yes.
And that's a
That
unique ability.
I'm curious how he pitched that because they do talk about that in he was on with Trevor Noah, and it is really funny to listen to like comedians, especially those that came up through stand up or were
Hmm.
really involved with the Daily Show kind of stuff. Like
Hmm.
they are fucking funny. Holy shit, they are
Yes.
fucking
Oh,
funny.
yeah. They're naturally funny.
Yes, they're like deeply naturally funny in a collaborative way. Like, let's see how
Yes.
funny we can make this joke.
Let's just run with this.
Yeah.
And I also love well, I guess he's on mainstream, but I really like Colbert. I
Yeah.
guess he will be independent soon.
Actually, that'd be really awesome if he does do something like that. So I
I
think
hope he does.
he's an excellent interviewer.
Oh God, yes.
So,
That's why I wanted to mention him in the case of, I guess, like new media, because he focuses on, even though he was late night, he never felt like those he's just hitting you with questions. He gets more in depth
yeah,
with his
I agree.
questions, and he does follow-up questions, which are very insightful and intuitive. So I do like how he operates.
I did not like him as a
Oh
late
no,
night
no, no. The
host.
Comedy Central version of him, whatever facade he had, I didn't
Oh
like.
God, yeah. Wait,
But
you
who
didn't like
he
that?
truly is, I enjoy a lot.
Okay, we are the exact opposite on that one. Because the set, like he was the best satirist of our fucking age. There's
Ah,
no doubt about that. Like watching him work as you know the on the Colbert Report was
hmm,
fucking hilarious. And then obviously he's the exact opposite. And to have
yes.
people who didn't know that is just chef's kiss on that.
That's
Um,
how committed he was to the bit.
yeah, well, he got invited to shit, and they're like, they don't know who the fuck I am. So he would go
Yeah.
there and subtly make fun of them until they figured it out or not. Um, but him on the Tonight Show, I just or whatever late night show, I don't know, didn't click for me.
Oh, okay. I really enjoyed it, but that's
That's fair.
fair.
That's fair. Um, and then see any others that I would add to that. Uh, I think he can be kind of a douche
Oh,
sometimes, but
um,
Scott Galloway, if you're at all interested or listen to him, he's on with Kara Swisher a lot.
yeah.
But
Oh,
they
I
have
know what
their
you're
own
talking about
podcast.
because
Yeah.
I like I was thinking of somebody else, but yes, he's good. He is good. And lost my train of thought. There was somebody else that I did listen to. It wasn't Tim Miller, even though I do like him.
Who
Hmm.
is that one? Maybe you know his name because I see clips of him all the time, but um, he's like a young black guy that he talks to Professor G. He has a lot of like, quite frankly, famous people on.
Oh, Diary of a CEO.
Oh, that's
Is
it.
that
Yeah.
him?
Yes.
Yes, that's who I
Yes.
was going to mention. I can't think of his name, but
I
yes,
can't.
but
Me
that's,
either.
if people are looking for him, Diary of a CEO, he does phenomenal interviews.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah,
He
he's a
is
really good
stellar.
interviewer.
Yes, I like him very much. So yes. Um. So I'll go into the question of, has the new media fully eclipsed mainstream news? No. Okay.
Nope, not even
Do you
close.
think it will?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So I think this is a generational question. I think it hasn't because there's just so many more people of a certain age and above,
Mm-hmm.
boomers, and a lot of them grew up or are used to cable shows or um, they've
Like
been
local
again
news.
like local news or honestly more like cable shows. Like a lot
Okay.
of people, if they are getting
CNN or Fox, depending on, yeah.
yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. That's fair.
So they've got their thing. And I hate to say this, but like a lot of journalism doesn't happen there, or a less amount of journalism happens there. I
Oh,
feel
you mean on
like,
the mainstream side?
yeah, on the mainstream side and
Yes.
specifically on these like 24-hour news cycle areas, I think it's a lot of analysis. So something will happen, and then a bunch of douchebags will give their opinions on it.
But it's
And those
just the
douchebags are
reading
usually
of hot
stupid.
takes or
That's correct.
headlines.
Yes, that's
They're
correct.
just serving it up
It's
quick and hot.
it's like live Twitter, but with makeup. Like not even any
That's
smarter.
it.
You know what I mean?
No, no,
Like
no,
it's
no. That's exactly it. That's
and with
exactly what it is.
slightly less racism, I guess, depending on which
A
channel
little
you're
bit,
watching.
depending on, yeah. It's like eh. Mostly, mostly.
Mostly.
Yes, that's been my take. That just it's a dopamine hit of whoever is the viewer. They get what they want of just headlines. There's no real in-depth analysis of the stories they're talking about, and it's no real critical substance to it. It's just this is the story, this is what we want you to think about it, on to the next one.
Yeah.
And doing that for 24 hours. And if you watch for more than an hour, like if you're sadly in a doctor's or dentist's office, they do a lot of repeating.
Yes.
And I always thought the older I got, with the amount of time that y'all had to repeat stories, you could actually give us the full of some of these stories so we know what the
Mhm.
hell's going on and, actually unfold it a bit. But I know that's not what those in power want you to do. So that would actually
Then
require actual journalism.
so this leads to a good question. So let's set the premise on this one because I have a premise for the reason why I'm asking the question.
Mhm.
Um, I believe that a lot of the current mainstream, whatever you wish to call that, legacy media
Yes,
to
yes, yeah.
be consolidating as of late, whether it's CBS and was it Ellison that just bought Paramount and CNN and
Paramount
all
and
that? Yeah,
was that Warner Brothers type? Yeah,
Warm.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and one of them owns CNN, right? And then they own like Comedy
Yes.
Central and
Hmm.
HBO, and so I find it interesting that they're consolidating now because that is where I believe the majority of people get their information, which means that they will only hear like essentially state-run media at this point. Well, it's not
Hmm.
state-run; it's corporatist run, which I don't know. I don't think that's a. I don't find that to be an improvement in any way.
It's
Um,
actually a negative, truly, but
I
yes.
d- I don't like. It's not like PBS. You know what I mean? It's not like
Yes.
it's well researched and
This is a more controlled filter,
yes,
because if it's corporate, they have a narrative and an agenda and they want it to meet these numbers and not say these words and go along with this kind of sponsorship.
yeah, it's profit driven
Yes.
and like it's still propaganda, but now you've got profit driven propaganda. I don't think
It's
that's an
literally the
improvement.
news that they have on The Boys. And the irony is that they turned into that and they were making fun of what it is now.
Yeah, yeah, it's still that. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes.
Um, so I think you're right on that. It is the boys. It's I think the boys are just parroting it and then we're like, life is stranger than fiction kind of situation.
Yes. I'm like, I can't tell the difference now.
Yeah. Um, so do you think that a consolidation of the new media will eventually happen? 'Cause right now it's kind of Wild West. There's a lot of podcasts, lots of
Ooh.
stuff. Different attention is being given to different things.
Let
What do
me
you
tell
think?
you, we're on the same page, and I like that because that was close to
Mhm.
one of the questions I got. Okay.
Nah.
Um, I think there's a possibility, but I'm hoping that they don't. And this word has been used too many times. I hope they don't really sell out.
Okay.
If they don't, then we can keep it out there separate. Because if you have a consolidation, it becomes no better than when we all got away from cable and went to streaming, and streaming basically became cable because you're paying
That's
for all this
exactly what
shit.
happened. Yep.
Yes. I don't want that to happen. And I don't know if my desire for it not to happen is swaying my answer, which it quite possibly could be. But that would be a big concern and a problem. You're right. There's tons of podcasts, there are tons of YouTube channels. There's so many ways, newsletters, all of this that people can go for this source. But as of now, no. But that is kind of the antithesis of my question I was going to ask you of do you think there are too many voices?
Yes. Just like there's too many like AIs.
That's what
Because
I
I
was going to I
because
think it needs I think I mean real quick, I think some of it needs to drop off. But I don't know how to weed out who to drop off. I just think instead of there being 10,000 shows, if we narrowed it down to maybe even 1,000 or 500, it'd be cool. But it's free speech, and we live in this, well, right now, we live in this world where everyone can have this independence and you can choose who you want to listen to, which is good. But at a certain point, the information kind of overlaps and it may fold in upon itself. It's only so many ways I guess you could tell the same stories, but I guess that's also the point. But do you think the too many voices has an effect? Is it are they hurting each other in any way?
uh that's a good question. Let me mull this over because I had an initial reaction to that, but I want to make sure that
Okay.
I, react intelligently here. Um, I want to say that I'm going to back up a hot second and just say that I've been hearing more jokes about like, oh, how everybody's got a podcast nowadays,
Oh
which
yeah.
is which is an accurate and kind of funny joke.
I
Like, oh,
mean, we're
okay,
here.
yeah, yeah, we're here. I know. We've been doing it for a bit, like before they started making jokes about it.
Oh, we started doing it during COVID.
Yeah. How long have we
We've
been
been
doing this,
doing
by the
this.
way?
I think it started in was it 20 the beginning of February of 22.
Jesus Christ, that long? God damn.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a
Da-
while.
Rel, if we were gonna make it, we would have made it by now. But that's okay. I'm still loving this. But
I love it. Yeah.
yeah, we probably just need to tweak the format a little bit more and maybe get to it on a more consistent basis. But
I think the
I
consistency is probably
yeah,
it.
that's probably it.
Yes.
Going incognito for like 2.5 months is probably not great.
That kind
Uh
of loses people.
so I think to your point about um too many voices can have an adverse effect if it's an overall message. But I also think that we are all discussing such niche topics that
Hmm.
it's still really interesting. There's like an infinite amount of stuff to know. And the
Hmm.
fact that there's like, I guarantee you, there's like some weird like car mechanic for like Porsche's fucking podcast. It's like,
Oh
oh yeah, from
yes.
1972 to 76 was the best fucking engine or some shit. I don't know. I'm making that up. Don't know. But like, I guarantee you there's some fucking gearheads that are absolutely loving that. Now, are you specifically talking about more pop culture, political podcasts?
Ooh. In the moment, yes, but then I was thinking because the ones I listened to, like Trevor Noah and what was the I'm sorry, I listened to too many things. What was the his co-host? I loved her.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, she has her
Yeah, yeah.
own show
Yes, she
which
does. Yeah.
deals exactly with pop culture. So it's a completely different thing, but it's also her still being herself. So it kind
Mhm.
of if it could be both parallel and perpendicular, it could. And I know that's not a possibility, but that's how it feels to me. But as you said, it's so much niche stuff that um I don't know. I don't know how to answer that because the genre is still pretty wide open.
I think it's wide
Because
open. I think
think of
I
all
th-
the people that we named.
I think there's such a different view of things. Like if
Yes.
you watch Ezra Klein and I'm sorry, not watch, listen to Ezra Klein and listen to like Jon Stewart. Those
There
are the
you
ones that
go.
I probably catch the most often. So I'm going to choose them as my example.
Go
They
for it.
both have similar leanings. They have a
Mm-hmm.
similar view. They
Mm-hmm.
both would like the Democratic Party to be more effective. They would like,
Mm-hmm.
and if not the Democratic Party, whatever replaces it, a more pro-union, like intelligent government, empathetic government type of view of the world and liberalism and like liberal like values, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they are vastly fucking different in the shit that they
There
talk
you
to and the
go.
shit that they cover. So in some ways, I was like, actually, I really like the niches. I like that there are so many different things. I like that, quite frankly, I can skip one or the other for a few
Yes.
weeks and maybe I'll catch up with it. Maybe I won't. And I don't feel like I'm like behind. I I think with in comparison, like legacy news, they are all covering the same fucking stories,
It's the
almost the
exact
exact
same
same
thing.
way.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's the crazy part. The long form allows you to really get into the meat of the conversation. Like you and I.
And that's
A
what
lot of
helps you
these
branch off.
right, that
Yes.
damn, you beat me to it. Why you gotta no, I'm just kidding. But like a lot of what we talk about is outline driven. You and I kind of know the talking points. We know what we want to hit, what we want to discuss, important things, and then just let the conversation flow from there. Maybe something interesting will come out of it. Maybe
Yes.
it's only interesting for you and I, and like the rest of the world is like
Possibly.
these snore fest motherfuckers. But at the same time, like it's cool. I enjoy it, and this is something that
I love
I'm
it.
hoping. I'm hoping is other people would find that useful or find that cool because I think the podcast that we listen to in the same vein as this are like they find that interesting. This isn't like a
Mm-hmm.
boring ass 9 to 5. They're just clocking the fuck in. They're like,
Mm-hmm.
I've done my research. I've read the person's book. I want to talk to this person. I've got an outline and I want to see where the conversation goes. I think Ezra is probably a little bit more structured and
Yeah.
John is a little bit more agenda driven. I,
Mm-hmm.
those are similar but not the same.
No, I get
And
what you mean.
like you can hear John's like he's listening to them, but he's synthesizing it into something that he already believes. Ezra has his own like beliefs as well, but wants to make sure that he's hitting the main questions he has on his thought. Like
Yes.
these are things I have for you, and I want to make sure that I ask these questions. I don't get the same sense out of John, but I still
No.
feel like both of them are um, nuanced and intelligent conversations, and that they flow naturally.
Absolutely.
I hope that's a thorough answer for you. I
No,
I
that
do
is.
I do think that they step over each other's toes sometimes. If you are at the 30,000 foot level, these things seem the same fucking shit.
Oh yeah.
But
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 when
if
you
you actually,
actually listen
mhm,
to them, there is a difference. They could interview the same person and it'll come out different.
yep, yeah,
Yes. And that's what I enjoy about it. Because a lot of the times I could watch Trevor Noah and the people on Pod Save America do interviews, and it would be completely different, vastly different.
yep,
And they could even cover the same topic, but they would do it in a different way. And I believe it's if you want to get to know a certain person, candidate, or whatever, that is a good way to go about it because it helps them be genuine human beings. And I think they reach to the spirit of it, especially somebody like Trevor, or definitely a Josh Johnson as well.
oh,
And
nice, yep,
they're really good at, as you detailed, somebody letting the conversation flow, which is what I really love about what we do. We have these key. I write a outline of certain conversation points or questions, but I just want the topic itself to unfold in conversation. And you get a whole lot more interesting dynamics than if we both had a set script and we
yep.
were just trying to get that out. You can feel a bit of the authenticity as opposed to something that is overly structured. So yeah. Um, I do want to ask, will this way of receiving the news be the last bastion of free speech?
Who says that this is free speech now? Just kidding.
Damn.
I'm gonna question all your premises, Jarrell. Uh,
Shit. Went from devil's advocate to the devil tapping in.
he's like, I got this one. Um, no, I think you're always going to get some level of free speech. The question um, is this the last version in America that's going to be amplified? Because you
Mm.
already see, God, and I hate to shit on him, because I don't necessarily hate the guy, but I don't really love him. But Gavin Newsom has his podcast,
Oh
and
yeah.
just talking to him, I'm sure he believes what he believes, but he's just such an inauthentic human being.
He seems
Like,
very politician.
he seems like a politician. Yeah, you're talking to
Yeah.
somebody that yeah, I just
I
it's
think
hard for
he
me to relate to somebody
could
that's so
be
robotic.
president because of that, but he just doesn't give me a. I don't know if he's ever fully him because it feels like he's wearing a mask.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
And I think that there's a lot of truth to that mask that he wears, but I
Oh,
think he's
I
still
have no
always
doubt
wearing
that he believes in what he says, but he also doesn't want to crack.
it.
He has to deliver this way. I can't let them know who I really am, which is crazy to say because he goes at Don, but he also goes at Don strategically.
Yep.
Even the stuff that he puts on Twitter, it feels like he's running through like 10 aides to get it worded perfectly before he hits
Yeah.
send, which is crazy because it's the way opposite end of the spectrum from Don.
Yep. It's like cultivated insanity as opposed to the
Yes.
natural gift that comes from our illustrious president. Yes.
Exactly. It's like watching the Riddler argue with the Joker, and it's quite amusing. It just gives me that feel. It does. I don't dislike him. I just really think there's something not completely free flowing about him. Yes.
So I use him as an example of like, okay, so we both get like, we'll call it the ick.
There
And
you
it's
go.
not the dating ick, it's the political ick. Like, I don't know what it is, but something's off putting on you.
Yes.
And so, like, we'll do some stuff. We'll do some, hand stuff, but I ain't taking you home to meet my mom.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the like political vibe. Like, I would vote for you, but I would never become a zealot for you.
Yeah.
I
You
would
won't
never be
ever
like, I'll
see
approve
a
you. Yeah.
Newsom poster in my house.
Right. That's basically it. Like, I'm not gonna wear like if you need some diapers and shit, I'm not gonna wear new some diapers.
No.
Um, and it's these sorts of things that I am seeing like, hey, you have again, I'm not hating on the guy, but you got something that seems fake that's coming into a
Mhm.
space that's built for like natural conversations, authenticity, and
Mhm.
being just slightly fake. Like just like you can kind of feel the vibe of like,
Yes.
you feel slightly fake to me, sir.
Every
And
time a mic or a camera is on him, he switches. And I don't know who he is when it's not on him.
right.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I get it. He's like, governor of California. You probably have
Mhm.
a bunch of different people that want different things out of you. So you do have to wear a
Mm.
different mask. Totally get it.
Yes.
And I don't know if that's eroded to who he has, but I don't know. I'm sick of defending my thoughts on him. But
You
I think
shouldn't. Yeah,
that,
just say it. Yeah.
but I uh think that you've got these inauthentic characters now in this space because they realize that it resonates. Like you remember when Kamala was running and they're like, the Democrats need to find their Joe Rogan.
Joe
I'm
Rogan,
like,
yeah.
no, they don't. No,
No.
no, no, they don't.
And that would be forced.
Yeah, that no, they
Yeah.
don't. Like they need to find something like that just works and rolls. Joe Rogan is not like the MAGA Joe Rogan. Joe
No.
Rogan saw an opportunity and he hopped on it. He was a Bernie guy
Yep.
before, and then he was a Trump guy because they flashed a bunch of money at this fucking guy. I don't know what to
Yep.
tell you. I think COVID rotted a lot of people's brains as well. And
I
he
mean, we
made,
did watch a lot of Tiger King.
there you go.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's where I land on that one. I think you see a lot of inauthentic people. I think you see people not understanding why Kamala should have gone on Joe Rogan and not been, quite frankly, she comes off as a little fake too. And she didn't give like legitimate
She
answers to
has a
legitimate
very
questions.
as
Polished.
even though I think she's an intelligent woman, I think she's always stiff.
Mhm.
And I feel like she's never fully comfortable in the open and like Newsom.
She gives
These
me
are
Hakeem She gives me
Hakeem
Hakeem
Jeffries.
Jeffries, yeah, vibe, yeah. That, like, really polished, like, you've said this thing a million times, and it didn't mean anything the first time. It doesn't mean anything what
And
you
you're
just
just
said.
practicing this,
Yes,
yep, this speech over and over.
and
And you
in
kind
so
of see those people, their eyes are glossed over.
yeah,
They're
they
just
just
in autopilot. They hear a keyword, they
mhm.
respond with this phrase, and they just keep it rolling.
Now, again, I still voted for her and would vote for her
Oh,
again
absolutely.
because
And
even
I
within the
told you,
Biden and
I
mhm, mhm, go ahead.
thought she was great. It's just when you ask me about authenticity, she's not there. And I think in the climate, she knew what she was up against, and she found this mold that she had to shift into. But the funny thing is, even though we named all these different people in these different spaces, she could have went on all 10 to 12 of these shows and been the exact same every time because she was going to force her way into saying these key phrases.
Yes, I agree, and
And
that's what, folks would have that's what her I don't know, I don't even wanna call it handlers. Her advisors would have told her, like, "Stick to these whatever talking points."
yes,
And that's fine, that's why a lot of the arguments against the Democrats lately has been like, "You seem too veneered, too bullshit,
it's
too,
that
like,
rigidness.
crafted."
Yes,
It's too
yes.
crafted by a focus group. I don't know if it's rigidness necessarily, although I think that's a symptom of the overall disease, is you come off as rigid. You just, like you were focus grouped. You were sculpted. You are
You
not
are, yes.
yeah, I don't fucking believe you.
They're trying to respond to things that have been checked off of polls that they've done with 2,000 people, and they go,
There
oh, this is what they want. This is what I got to hit.
there you go. There you go.
But
Yep.
you don't authentically care about these things, and that's the disconnect. What you need to do is find what you care about and make that your lane and
I
be
I wonder
authentic to it.
I wonder if this is the problem with and we're gonna get back to, like, the media in a second, but, like,
Media.
I wonder if
Yes.
this is the difficulty and the problem with, quite frankly, the overall Democratic Party, and you've heard me say it before, where, like, because it's a coalition, you've got a bunch of different competing interests in here, and if you're trying to appeal to all of them, you just sound fake. Hence
But
why,
that's what
like
I'm saying. Each candidate, find your own niche and go with that. But don't try to force one umbrella because
yeah.
everyone's not caring about the same thing. And when you come off trying to act like you're caring about the same thing, none of y'all were talking about what Mamdani's talking about. And he didn't care. He went after what he wanted in his city and he pursued it and it was genuine. You have to find your thing. I can't tell you what it is. If it is Social Security, great. Fuck it. Talk about that. But if you don't give a shit about that and you want to talk about, I don't know, budgeting or whatever the fuck, even if it's boring, if it's your thing, pursue it. But
5
people can tell when you don't care.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. 5 things, just find 5 fucking things that resonate with you on a personal level that you
Yes.
can then extrapolate into policy. You have solid policy thoughts behind them, not concepts of a plan, be like, "These are the 5 things that I'm going to do,"
And
and
this
then
is my
that's it.
goal on how to achieve them. If you can't find those five, don't run. You shouldn't be there. You're not qualified because if you don't find those five, you have nothing to fight for. And if you can't fight, you shouldn't be involved. I need fighters.
I
I
need
don't need people
fighters.
that roll over anymore. It's exhausting.
Not even that. It's the it's not even that they can't fight. And this is the part that sucks. I watched or listened, excuse me, to the Jon Stewart podcast where he
Mhm.
had the what the fuck is it? The chairman, the president, whatever the fuck it is, the head dude of the DNC.
Yes. Oh
And
yeah.
you remember that one. And that
Yep.
one was like
Because he
I
appeared on Pod Save America as well, and
oh,
he's
did he really?
still weak. Yes, he did.
Oh, that limp
And
wristed
they
asshole.
grilled him as well, and it was
Oh, did they?
crazy.
Okay.
Yes. Oh yeah. There were no easy puff questions, which I am proud of both Pod Save America and Jon Stewart because you can expose someone that is either incompetent and or fraud, which this man is.
Mhm.
And I didn't know the man that deeply before, but man, if I could negative respect him, I did leaving out of both interviews. Because I'm like, what kind of weak ass dude? You knew you were coming to these interviews and you seemed caught off guard. It's baffling that none of these questions were shocking. And these weren't scandalous questions. These weren't gotcha questions. These were things that you should have known and you had no clear answer. What are you doing? You still don't have an agenda for the Democratic Party. You don't know what candidate you're looking for.
They
You
got
don't know what the overarching mission statement is for that party. And it's been this much time that's passed. Bro, it's been 2 years. What have you
uh-huh.
been doing?
And even before the 2 years, why didn't they have the ear of Biden be like, "You cannot run, sir. Like, I understand you're cognizant and we believe in you, but you cannot run. This is not gonna look good on a camera." One fucking blank look,
Yes.
and they're just gonna run all over you. You can't
They're
do
going to
this.
Mitch McConnell your ass.
Yeah. You
You
can't just,
can't
like
do that.
you can't just stare at a camera and go offline for 8 seconds and then come back. Like,
Nobody buffers in real life. What are you doing?
like,
Stop
look,
that.
just one of those when you're fucking tired, and imagine if he was actually well rested, like Trump, sleeping in
Oh
meetings
my
and shit.
God. Trump sleeps when he can. So he's
So
never caught on a hot mic slipping.
that's right. Yeah. It's only the most I've ever heard. He knows all the big words, all the good words. So yeah, it's this sort of like infuriating weakness that I hate out of this fucking party. Like, I wanna
Yes,
throw my head behind somebody that has a lot of what the Democrats pretend to believe in as their, like, focus, and yet there is no candidate. And this is the part that, fuels into that guy or whoever put him in charge, where it's like, they're only lifting up motherfuckers that are like them, that
oh, that's the
are
only
they're
way.
not l
Yeah,
yeah,
you
they're
got to
not
be
they're
part of the program.
well, it's not just part of the program, there's a pipeline for this shit. It's why ugh, I'm gonna go off the rails, I apologize, but here we are. So, like, there were legitimate complaints about, like, you can't just start cutting, funding to a lot of these things in USAID or even the CIA or any of these intelligence analysts because all this is a pipeline. Like, a
Mhm.
person will have some of these jobs and build a ton of experience over 5, 10 years, and then they're ready for the next position. Once you cut that off, like, who the fuck is filling these now? Who's gonna be doing, like, intelligence analyst work? Is that all AI? Are you throwing that shit to AI? Because that seems like a bad idea.
That's
Um,
frightening. Yeah,
it is. And so, like, that's why same with USA, same with all these people, like, there was a pipeline for people that wanted to do this work and were, like, happy to do this work. You've disrupted that pipeline, and I don't give a fuck what propaganda you've read. The amount of money that we put towards other countries came back to us tenfold, a hundredfold,
absolutely,
a thousand
easily.
fucking fold. in terms of like economic power, soft power. Like you pick up the phone, you get something done. Now
Greatly amplified. Yes.
we've got places like Canada that are telling you to go fuck yourself. Are you kidding
Yes.
me? How badly do you fuck up that the Canadians are like, "Mm-mm, go fuck
I've
yourself,"
never had a Mountie tell us to eat a dick. It's wild.
right? He was like,
Wild.
"Here's a bunch of moose dicks for you."
Yes. And I'm
So,
like, oh God.
um, so yeah, this is um the pipeline that I think has been disrupted or has been built in such a way that they realize that now there's an actual disruption to what the people want, right? So,
Hmm.
and I'm probably not wording that well, but what I'm trying to get at is the populace has changed. The voting, what the voters want has changed. COVID changed the nature of that. Trump, whether
Hmm.
you like it or not, changed the nature of a lot of this.
Oh,
And that
absolutely. Yeah.
now people are hurting, man. I looked at my most recent Costco ad, and there's certain things that I buy all the time. One of them happens to be the Tyson chicken breaded uh, tenderloins,
Hmm.
frozen. Kids like them. I like them. We're good. They've gone up like 50% in the last 2 or 3 years, and
Oh, I
then
believe that.
like I don't pay super close attention to a lot of my grocery bill because Amanda will go shopping one time, then I'll go shopping the other time.
Hmm.
So finally sat down. I'm like, hey, let's go through some of this. And I'm like, holy fuck, food costs have gone up like 50% last like 2, 3 years. Like, who the fuck is affording this? Salaries haven't gone up 50%. Where's the
No,
spending not happening now? Like, there's only so much you can cut. We are headed towards some real dark shit in this country.
something's
And
gonna
the
give.
Democrats
Yes.
are just like, let them fucking eat cake type shit. Like, are you insane? It's like, oh, we need to, we really need to work on some things and some stuff and some things. And like, yeah, what's your plan? It's like, oh, well, let me tell you, we got a great plan. That's,
You
yeah.
didn't say shit.
Yeah, you haven't said anything yet. I've asked you a lot of questions.
They're
And
about as
sounds
bad as Trump going, we got a 15-point plan. Can you tell us
dude,
one of the steps? Oh man, it's great. It's a
just
good
no.
15 steps. Just
I,
know. Woo!
yeah, I'm gonna announce it on Tuesday.
You didn't
Tuesday is
say
plan day.
anything. You look in his eyes and go, you don't know shit about fuck, do you?
Mhm.
Ain't this a bitch? This a bitch. Wow.
And that's why they're like, oh, these people suck. These people suck, and I'm on this hell gondola with them.
Yes.
So, what can we do about it? Who is really the one that's supposed to keep them to task? Similar to what you were saying, like Pod Save America and these other alternative media groups are asking these people the hard questions. And yet, when you go to like the national level, outside of that one chick that Trump fucking hates, but probably respects because she gives him hard shit, she's like
Oh, I love
pretty,
her. Yes. Yes.
but like you look in her eye and I'm like, she scares me. She scares
She's
me
pretty
pretty.
but stern.
Yeah, she has that look of like, I'll eat you alive. Like, I have to look this way for my job, but I'll fucking eat you alive. And I kind of like that.
She is my age, but it looks like she's been reincarnated from like hell. And I respect that about her because she doesn't take shit. And when she
Yeah.
interviews somebody, she's gonna ask the real questions. And
But she,
she likes seeing you squirm.
so I feel like there's this enormous lack of, I don't know what the fuck it is. It's not accountability, but like enormous lack of like actual real journalism and I guess holding the politicians accountable at any sort of decent level
Oh, that bugs me.
where I'm like, ask
John
some
Stewart
follow-up
pointed
questions.
that out this
Oh,
week.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's been
Yes.
pointing that out for, like, a long, long
Well, most
time, but,
recently
like
is what I'm
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, the most recent one has been yeah, he definitely because that was his big joke of, like, we're all screwed because the 4th estate should be paying attention to this thing, and I did
Mm-hmm.
think that was funny as shit, but legitimately, this has been a concern of both mine and yours for a while, which is
Yes.
why
Oh
we listen to
God, yes.
podcasts, yeah, and so who who is bringing to light these stories? I think it's actually these podcasts and books. So see, books have actually gotten a resurgence in the last like few years, which is
Yes.
funny, but cool. Um, I'm glad people are reading more. Like that's lovely.
Well, we need that because I mean, reading was taking a nosedive. It was getting real stupid out there. So
I mean,
yes, keep reading, people.
comprehension definitely was.
Comprehension was completely obliterated. It was getting sad, and I've talked to certain people where I go, a book would help you.
A book would help you. Yeah, probably.
You just should crack it open. Whatever word you don't understand, keep a dictionary near, or we have phones now, so just look it up. YouTube even tells you how to pronounce it.
So, what's the next question? What's the next topic in terms of? So I got to.
Do
I have a sense of where you're going to go with this, but go ahead.
Okay. Do we still have the necessity for major news outlets?
That's not where I thought you would go.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Well, that's good.
no, I love the surprise. No, actually, I love the surprise. I'm still going to wait to see. Um, oh man, I feel like the consolidation of information could be very beneficial in terms of wanting to like, hey, a one-stop shop of where you would like to go. Like that sounds great. Um, do we think that's gonna happen like forever? Do we think that they're gonna start buying up the alternative media sites?
Ooh, I was gonna ask.
That's where I thought you
I
were
was
gonna
gonna
go. So
ask
I'm
kind
gonna
of
go there.
that.
Aha, good.
Well, I'll
Um,
tell you the thing I was gonna ask. Then we'll stick on this. But is can this newer form of media stay resistant and avoid being crushed under corporate power?
no.
Yeah.
No, no, not so long as there's not like legitimate monopoly busting and oligopolies and so like
Yes.
if there's nothing to stop and what's the word I'm thinking of? It's regulations. Do if there's nothing to regulate these companies, when they start buying this up, then there's no reason to believe that they can resist corporate power.
I
I
miss
mean,
my
look at
favorite superhero, Lena Khan.
yeah, she's goddamn dude, that was a
God, I
fucking human
miss her
being.
so much.
Man, there's so many times we've come close to greatness in this country. I mean, like legitimate fucking greatness.
Oh no, she was it. She was that deal, and they couldn't handle her being there, and they worked
No,
their hardest to get her out of there.
it's funny like to see some of the crazy shit that happens. Like I'm gonna go on a tangent here, but
Please.
um, you've got folks like Bezos who will buy the what is it, Washington Post or
Oh
whatever,
yeah.
fire a bunch of motherfuckers, and yet also then go spend millions, tens of millions of dollars to go fight like a wealth tax.
Uh
And
huh.
I'm like,
The irony in
this
that.
is mind-boggling to me. Of like, I will spend gobs of fucking money so that I don't have to spend money and
Gobs
give it
of
to the
fucking money.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then like so I'm not taxed more. I'm like, this is crazy to me. So who the
I
fuck is
went the
getting all that
amount of
money?
people you could have helped with that money, but you chose to screw people over just so you could save money to spend money so you could keep money.
None of that makes any fucking sense. It's all just power games at this point. Like money doesn't mean anything to them. They're like, I'm just
No.
spending power
And I
to get
went, what the
more
fuck is
power.
wrong with you? It's a lot of people I want to ask, not only who raised you, but who hurt you. What's
But
wrong with you?
as some of these folks get older, the rot gets to their heads of like legacy. And instead of having like a Carnegie legacy, which I'm not saying any of these people are fucking innocent or Vanderbilt legacies, like they now are like, I don't know what the fuck. They're like, I'm gonna build the world and turn it into something that I want, as opposed to like, oh, I should
Because
just give it to the arts. I don't know, build
I
a building.
completely agree with what you just said, but in my mind, I'm like, you would have such a more profound legacy if you actually help people.
Uh-huh.
You could be remembered as the person that did whatever. You helped with world hunger, or you helped with the housing crisis, or any of the hundreds of problems that humanity's suffering from now. You could have been the person that made a difference. And I don't know why they don't see it that way. Obviously, I'm not super wealthy, so I can't speak from that angle, but I'm just thinking from the the angle of being a human being. And if you're that narcissistic, there would be no greater way to be realized than, man, this person came through. You could get Tony Stark, but you don't want that. And I just don't understand why they take these avenues.
Well, there's Tony Stark in the first half of Iron Man.
That's
Like
true.
like none of them are gonna be stuck in a desert and need to, like, find their way out of that with a good-hearted man that is about to commit suicide for them.
We need them to go through some traumatic shit.
Just if we could find all these billionaires and put them on an island somewhere, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying? I don't know how we're
Yes.
gonna lure them out there, maybe
I
with
don't
some
either.
underage
But we
children.
have to Lord of the Flies their ass.
I'm just saying, like, you leave them out there, and then, all the young children that you use to lure them out there, you whisk them away, and then you
Yes.
fly all the planes away and all the boats, and then you just leave them on an island and
Yep.
see which one of and then that is a true testament to working hard and ingenuity, because there's always this, like, "Oh, billionaires work harder." I'm like, Nah,
No, they don't. Yeah.
nah,
No, they don't.
nah." It's a combination of, like, connections and luck. Just
Luck.
luck.
Yep.
Yep, really fucking lucky.
Yeah.
There's some vision to it. I'm not gonna say there isn't, but you can't
Oh
get
yeah.
from, like, 10 million to 1 billion without just being a ruthless piece of shit, squashing
Yes.
competitors, being an asshole, like, screwing
You
people
did
over for
something
money.
dirty.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
Nah, it's not possible.
No. Come on now. So yes. Um Before I hit you with that one, did you want to go back to the necessity of the major news outlets?
I still think they can be very useful. I don't know if they're necessary. I don't think they're necessary right now.
Okay.
However, they're excellent and necessary if you love spreading propaganda.
Oh, yes.
Like, if
Good
you
answer.
bought yourself an entire corporate fucking structure of news delivery, they're excellent for spreading a whole fuckload of propaganda.
Oh, by far. I mean, we're watching it in real time, which
Yep.
still blows my mind. It is it's quite shitty how we just seen them not only spread the propaganda, but consolidate, deter, and continue to execute.
Yep.
And it's happening on a daily basis at an alarming rate, which is why, for now, independent journalism is very much needed.
So, who are the voices in independent journalism right now that you think are doing a good job?
Um, Ezra Klein, Brian Tyler Cohen. Even though he doesn't always strictly talk about, actually, very much so, Trevor Noah. Even though he doesn't talk about the politics exclusively, the
Right.
humanity of his conversations is needed.
I I will second that.
Yes. The research and mixed with humor of John Oliver,
Oliver. Yeah, absolutely.
the passion and humor of John Stewart. Um, there's a lot of the constant digging by Pod Save America and the Bulwark. And somebody that's came from the mainstream and into the independent and keeps that charge of a Don Lemon. He's been doing
Mm.
good work. Um, those right now are the voices. And God, I wish I knew the girl's name that's on CNN. She's holding up with the left of the mainstream, and I feel at some point she'll end up on independent journalism. Because if she just went and continued to do what she did, and I know because she's a White House press person, that's her position now. But I
Yeah.
think because of her knowledge and the way that she digs for answers on some Barbara Walters type shit, she'd be great. So hopefully at some point she'll make that shift. Anybody you can think of besides the people that we've already named?
So, I think that, and I'll just give a shout out because she was on the recent podcast, but, like, Democracy Now! I think it's pretty fucking
Oh,
impressive.
nice.
Um, the amount of like actual journalism that happens with a very small group and small crew
Oh,
is
yeah, I
pretty.
loved her. Yes. Oh
Yeah,
God.
she was fucking
Oh
great.
man.
They have
Those
the
stories she
movie out.
told.
Yeah,
Oh man.
that shit's crazy, and they have a movie out right
Seeing
now, which is
people
fucking
get
crazy.
gunned down. Jesus
Yeah, I didn't know
Christ.
anything about East Timor. Like, what the
Fuck
fuck?
no.
I'm like,
Fuck
that's a
no.
country. What are you talking about?
And
So,
they were like,
I think
yeah. Go ahead.
I think the overall umbrella for that, and I don't love them at all things. I want to caveat that, but Vox, I think, has collected a bunch of different podcasts.
Oh
Like the
yes.
overall company, Vox, she does like Kara Swisher and some others, and I feel like
Yes.
they've collected quite a few. So this is what this kind of like buffers a little bit into that conversation about major networks and stuff like that. Like I feel like they've collected a bunch of really solid, good voices that
Fox has, yes, yes.
yeah, and so
Good
just
point.
so everyone's hearing us, that's Vox with a V.
VOX, yes.
uh, just want to make sure. Um, and so yeah, I think that they are doing a good job of collecting some of that, and I don't know if it's necessary, but they're useful.
Yeah, I like who they've collected and I like what they're doing, but I don't know if the consolidation is necessary. I don't know, yeah. Um, I guess there have been a few of these conglomerates because the Pod Save America is under what they call it crooked media, so they've been collecting a few as well. So there's a few, I guess, networks. Maybe they feel stronger together, but long as they stay relatively independent, I'm happy because I feel as though there's less of a biased sway to what they're telling us. And more than anything, we need that now in a world of just, I mean, overshadowing propaganda.
Yep. Yep. I'll agree.
Can you hear me, Chip?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yep.
I got too quiet for too long, didn't I?
You got anything else?
Uh, I don't think so. I don't have anything else to give towards that one. That's more of a we'll wait and see what happens with some of these larger companies and if they start consolidating podcasts and these longer form media types.
It becomes a different, yeah, it becomes a whole different follow up. I hope that doesn't happen.
I think
But
it's where the
go ahead.
analysis is going right now, right? Like right now you log into whatever Fox or wherever you get your talking head news,
Hmm.
and that's where you get it from. I feel like right now podcasts are kind of like that, but um, you go to them as opposed to just flipping on a channel and that shit's waiting for you.
Yes,
Does that
you're
make sense?
seeking them out for their personalities and the research that they do.
Yes, I mean Tucker switched on over to it. That's his show now. How he's running things.
Yes, it is. Yes, it
Jesus,
is. Yeah, you have his own. That's been
um,
a journey.
I think I think the grift just changes for them. They
Oh no,
saw,
he's a grifter. I don't believe shit that comes from him or Marjorie Taylor Greene or any
yeah,
of
yeah,
that
yeah.
that circle. Yeah,
Yeah, they just changed their tune because
the
they're like
sink is
rats on a
shifted.
sinking ship. Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yes.
Just getting ready for the
Oh, I
next
will
grift.
say, I'm
Mhm.
glad to return to the vote. I honestly, even though they're playing this gerrymandering game, I think if we really all go out and vote, we can still overcome.
100%.
Yes, I think if we go out and just record numbers, I think there's a genuine opportunity for us to still, because I really want to pull the rug from under these fuckers.
Yep, agreed.
That's just a whole mission of mine going into November. That's my strongest desire. And I really hope people haven't gotten deterred from voting. We can't do that. I'm not going to the polls shit again. That's already failed. Obviously, that doesn't work.
Mhm.
Um, I just want to reach out to as many people as all of us know and be like, "Hey, man, you're going to vote, and if they seem deterred, have a talk to them and let them know if we have more numbers than the other side going to the polls, we can win." That's a hard thing to cheat from under. Hell, they can
I-
try, but we gotta hit them with everything we got.
that's beautiful, and I love that. That's exactly what we need to do. Is just outnumber them. It's
Yes, because I've heard a lot of people. Yes, what happened? All of
and
this
don't
has
be
been shocking.
demoralized. Yeah.
It's been demoralizing, but I
Hmm.
don't want it to be like, well, I guess there's no use in voting type shit. I want to cut that talk out now. I want it
Hmm.
to be a motivation to, yeah, let's show them that they not going to keep us down trying to do this. Like,
That's
no
right.
matter what they do, the result's going to be we're winning this shit. That's what I want.
That's right.
And that's how I want to continue to move forward. And I hope enough people hear us. And I'm just going to reach out to friends and neighbors and community folks like, yo, we got to do this.
Yeah.
If you feel wrong, go vote. That's the easy part. You got anything, Chip?
Let me think. Anything else that I want to cover? No, I think you did a great job. I think that you you got a good point on the whole, like, I don't know, part of me is like, we gotta win, but we gotta win right and legit. When really I'm like, no, let's just outnumber them. Like, just push through with literal sheer numbers. Like, we got
That's
this.
it.
Like, we've got all the people on our side. Because quite frankly, I do think that we have um maybe not the mandate of the people, but definitely the will of a lot of folks at
Yes.
this point that are like, no, 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 this is not working for me. We need something different. This guy just shit the bed completely, and we need something else. And I think that that's real. That's a legitimate thing and concern right now.
And I'm
So
welcoming them with open arms and we'll
mhm,
figure it out on the way.
we'll figure it out. Yeah.
I
Look,
just know we can't keep allowing them to have power because the
else.
more we get deterred and the more we shoulder shrug and get disillusioned and disenfranchised, they win. And they want that. It's just scare tactics.
Yeah. Like, do you remember when all those voting polls and areas and stuff like that were getting bombed and catching fire? We'll
Yep.
just say that it was in a predominantly leftist and poor neighborhoods. Couldn't imagine
Yes.
why that would be the case. And then it suddenly stopped. I'm
Uh-huh.
like, look, they're targeting. I hate that we have to be like, well, listen up, poor people and black people and
Yes.
disenfranchised people and all these
Mhm.
people. I know you don't usually have a great shot at it at all times in this country, but we really need you. We need
This
you to
is
go be
truly
brave.
what it is. Yeah.
We need you to go be brave. We need you, and
Because I mean,
I,
honestly, when you think about it, a lot of us aren't really that hyped that, yes, the 250 years.
yeah.
Because I'm like, for my people, a lot of that wasn't hot. Let's just be honest. It's not much to be up in arms about.
It's true. It's true.
And I don't know. Hey, if it sounds unpatriotic, cool, you got me. But it just is what it is. I didn't make this.
I don't think it's unpatriotic. I think it's a
Yes.
complicated relationship, and that's what
Yes.
it's at.
I
Like,
just don't want people to think it's all a big celebration, but I do want us to work together to make it better.
yeah,
That's
just
what I
because
truly do want.
he's not perfect doesn't mean I'm looking to throw it away.
Yes, I don't want to chuck all this shit out. I just want to build something new and greater and just get away from this. There's plenty of more people like us that are just exhausted by what's going on and completely turned off by the people that are in power now.
Hmm.
Some of us ahead of time knew they were shitty, and some people found out later. I don't care at what point of the timeline you were. Let's just get from under this as quick as possible. Because if we don't, it devolves into violence. And I
Hmm.
don't want that. I'm trying hard to not get to that point because I don't want another civil war or whatever the fuck comes next, French Revolution type shit.
Hmm.
Because that doesn't work for anyone.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. And I'm trying with everything I got in my fiber
Good.
to sway us the opposite direction
Yep,
because I've
100%.
seen what you say.
I said, yeah, 100%.
Yes, because I've seen in real life growing up where
200%.
actual violence can be, and I don't want that on a mass scale nationwide. That's disturbing.
Well, like, I don't want to physically fight people over
No,
philosophical differences. You know what I mean?
exactly. This is
Like,
just something
there's no
that you have a
winners in that.
disagreement about and you move on. To take a life about this shit
Exactly.
baffles me. And I don't want to live in that reality. And I think that's also part of the propaganda as well. They're trying to push us that way.
Oh, I feel like it's been pushing towards violence for a bit, and I don't love that.
Yes, because if we're fighting each other, we can't fight them.
Uh huh.
And I don't want to give into that. And we really need to come together, man. Um, and I really think we can. I don't think we're too far gone. At least I want
Agree.
to believe that. Yeah.
Nope, I agree. We're not too far gone. It's totally fine. And like, there's still so much binding everybody together. There's still so much that everybody has in common. But it like I don't love the language. Like, he's radical. Like we got a president calling the Democratic Party, which is in the scale of everything. Okay, the Democrats are not left. The Democrats are probably about center right if you look at like political scale across the world. So
Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
so it's hilarious that they're like radical. I'm like, that's not what they are. That's not at all what they are. So, but that language, so they're like, they're rats, they're whatever. That's not great. That's like dehumanizing shit.
That's the yep. That's what. Oh, I was gonna say that. Good one. Because it's the us versus them mentality, and when you dehumanize people, it's easy to attack them.
Yep, that's exactly it. It's easy to be like, well, she ran into that cop. Be like, she didn't run into that cop.
Yeah.
And his training should have taught him better. I don't know what to tell you on that one. Well, don't bring a gun to a protest. What the fuck are you talking about? He is the
What are you
Second Amendment
talking
right
about?
to
Y'all
be
were just
there.
talking about brain guns everywhere.
And they shot him 10 fucking times after they
Oh my
disarmed him.
god. Yes. We saw the gun get taken away and they unloaded. So
Uh
fuck
huh.
all the way off. Yeah.
Uh huh.
And that's the type of shit I'm like, nah, we can't devolve into that. We can't have that going on any further.
What's
We
shitty is
need
I don't think there's going to
go
be
ahead.
any like ramifications for those people.
Oh, you know that bugs me more than anything. That there's
And I
no
haven't
actual consequences for them.
right, and I haven't heard a lot of stories about that either. I'm curious if like lawsuits are making their way because he can do, federal immunity, but he can't do a goddamn thing about state.
You
So,
are one of the people that have always reminded me of that, and I hope that holds up. God, I
yep,
hope that holds up.
state murder is statutory.
Oh, yes. There's no escaping that.
Yeah. So I don't know, man.
There's so many people that I want brought up on charges when this dust clears. And it's also another reason I want the Democrats to win Congress so they can just start sending that shit out. You got to start getting people picked up at their houses.
I don't know, man. I don't know how that goes, and I don't know how the Democrats or Republicans react to that shit. Not that I'm afraid of them, but You back
Oh, I'm
a
sure it won't
fucking
be
rat
pretty.
into a corner, he's gonna gnaw through your hand to
Oh
get out.
yeah. My concern with Don, but also I was so glad that we have generals and admirals that are upstanding human beings. I thought once the day comes and he feels like he's losing power, he's gonna hit a nuke button.
Yeah.
But it looks like these guys kind of keep that shit away from him, thankfully. And God bless him because fuck, we can't have him being a donkey on the edge when the shit hits the fan.
That shit's scary, by the way.
It does scare me. It is a concern of mine. And also, I'm thinking, I don't want him rallying up another January 6th type group if he loses. Not not only the midterms, he loses the midterms, that's going to put him on edge. That presidential race doesn't go the way he thinks it should, and he doesn't want to leave because of some fucking dim comes in here type shit. I don't know how that goes. Cause I don't want some by that time it'll be what fucking 82 or something stupid. He'll be in his 80s going, well, come and get me. And we go, well, we could get him, but there's a militia in DC now. That makes it a little nuttier.
It's like, look, we'll be honest, we could get him, but he's covered in poop and he's real slippery right now.
He went to shit on himself and he
Yeah, he
rubbed
shit
it
on
on him
himself.
and was
Yeah.
like, come get me.
Hmm.
And we went, nah.
Nobody wants to touch him now. So he remains president. It's a tough
Yeah.
situation.
Yep. He'll always be a shitty president.
Hmm. Yes, he will.
I guess we'll just call this our after our notes. I'm bugged by the Ghislaine Maxwell shit that I sent you earlier.
Yeah.
I just she must have like some real shit on Trump because not only is he making him comfortable, she also hasn't died. So I'm guessing if she dies, all the files go to the major news outlets or something. I don't know. Um
Sounds about right.
yeah, she has to have something.
Some dead man switch.
Yep. She has a no pun intended trump card on him, and he's afraid, and he keeps keeping her comfortable. Not enough to partner, but enough to, he doesn't want her loose out in the world either. There's something there
Yeah.
because every time it's her or the Epstein files, he goes, "Hey, we got UFO footage." He does some wild shit. Oh man, am I going to nuke Iran this week? He does
Yep.
shit.
I'm gonna about to eliminate the country off the face of the planet.
And we
Civilization,
like,
excuse me.
yes. And we go, what? And he goes, oh, all right, nah, it's old Don. And then 2 weeks go by and we go, but the Epstein files, whoa, what happened over there? Oh man, I guess we gotta get rid of those wind turbines, right? God damn it. God damn it, Don. I'm tired of playing this game with you, old man.
Mhm.
You're exhausting. And I don't know why it's this hard to even do this shit at this point. Just redact the shit that we need redacted, keep the victims' names hidden, and just out this shit. I don't know why it's taking this long. I don't know what the game is. Obviously, we've never had a situation like this, but come on, man, quit playing. It's not funny anymore.
Not
There
funny
was a
anymore. It's
time
true.
where we thought it was conspiracy shit, and we like, oh, maybe there's really no files. Now that we see there's files, nah, what are y'all doing? Just do the thing. You made a promise. We don't even need him to do the thing. He's not the guy. Stop acting like he's the guy.
It's true.
There's a whole Department of Justice. Stand up and stop being cowards and release some shit. Damn, man. Why y'all so scared of this dude? Fuck this dude.
I don't know. I really don't. I don't
It
think they have
bothers
anything.
me that not only the Democrats, but even more the Republicans are frightened of him. And all of DC, all of the judges, all of these people are moving like he's just Michael Corleone. And it just infuriates me that people keep bending this knee to this weak chin fucker. This one person who has no charisma or any kind of bravado has you guys shook.
He has a lot of bravado and apparently has some level of charisma. I don't know.
Obvious. Oh,
I don't necessarily agree with that. They're just bending the knee because they tried to fight him at first, and now they're just using him as a useful fucking idiot. Like, dude, they figured out the cheat code. You can get whatever the fuck you want out of this moron.
if you compliment him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Rubio was insulted at a national fucking
Rubio's
stage,
wife was insulted and he just
and
took it.
he's just taking it like a bitch because he's like, "Fuck it, I'm getting what I want. I whatever." These people are not principled people. These people aren't brave people.
There's
None of
no
them are.
integrity there. No.
They're a bunch of cowards. Like, what do you want out of them? I mean, obviously, I know what you want out of them because I want
Well, you
something
know
else.
what I want. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're never gonna get it, kind of thing, and
Oh,
that's the
I
sad.
understand who they are. You are correct. I just wish we had people that weren't bitches. Yes. And
Mhm.
I can't get that.
Yeah,
At least
they're
not now.
those people are probably in the military and they're slowly getting eked out
Yes.
because at some point there's not going to be anybody left to keep that button away from Donald when he like wants to nuke Iran. And
Because
we're like,
yes,
okay,
you are
sir.
correct. People like him and Hexef keep firing the people that are getting in the way.
Hmm.
They keep going, oh, they'll make up some weak
Yep.
ass excuse, and then they go, all right, well, next person up until they get somebody that lets them hit the button.
Mhm.
And that is terrifying.
That's the scary part, and I don't, and nobody's going to keep him to task at that point. What happens? Right? Shit, nobody's used nukes in how fucking long? I don't know. It's gonna be real bad
Yeah,
when Trump finally does it.
that's the problem.
Hmm.
And then you gave this same lunatic that could hit the button presidential immunity. So he's definitely
Hmm.
not held to task. I hope there's a special place in hell for the Supreme Court as well. Really do. I just really fucking do, man. There was no reason. I need real hardcore interviews with each person that said he should have it. And you have to
Excuse me.
justify that. I know they can't justify it, but I want to hear their reasoning. That's the word I wanted. Yeah, I want to hear the why because you had to have gotten something out of it. And if you gave up the power of the other branches for a fucking Winnebago, you lucky we don't shoot you on the spot. I cannot
Dude,
keep doing.
it's so true. You gave it up for so little.
That's what I'm saying. Nothing was worth the sovereignty of the fucking country, man. Come on, the people have to suffer because you wanted instant gratification for something you probably could afford it anyway. You wanted it for free?
For ass wipe money, buddy. For
Yes.
ass wipe money for nothing.
That's what bothers me. These people are giving in for the most nothing sandwiches ever.
For a fucking Pez dispenser and a pat on the head. I don't even
That's
understand.
it. They want a good old attaboy, and I got to have a steak dinner with them. What the fuck did you just say? God damn it. So yes, definitely voting is needed. Vote your asses off. Vote like you never voted before. Vote like we did in '08. God damn it, be there. Be there hard as you can. We need it. I know they hype it up in the news. The most important, it actually is. It actually is for once. Democracy is on the line, and I thought I'd never use a line like that. It always sounds just so
I don't know.
oversold.
It's so oversold. I hate that phrase. Like we're doing it for democracy. And I don't this is the shitty part. I don't believe the Democrats. They loved their corporate fucking money. And to
I
listen
don't
to
trust them.
a corporate fucking Democrat sit there and bitch about democracy. I'm just like, no, you don't
You
truly
think I'm
care about
believing a word that
democracy.
comes out of Nancy Pelosi's mouth?
Right. I'm like, bitch, you don't go from like $200,000 net worth to like 270 million. Get the fuck out of here on
I'm like,
democracy's
there's no
back.
way this bitch has clean
Ah,
hands.
God damn it. That's one of the reasons why the Democrats are fucking losing and not doing very well is they're sitting there trying to look like they're principled and failing every legitimate test there is, like something as simple as the eyeball test. Like the very fact that you
Pretending
have
to be sanctimonious while practicing worshiping the devil is wild.
it's real
Wild.
crazy when you're like not willing to get rid of your own people there. You don't
Yes.
res- it, it's real annoying. I just can't take you seriously. We've turned this into such a weird team sport that the whole thing needs to come crashing down before any real change happens. So
We
at
need
this
a
point,
hard reset and to fix it
well,
completely anew.
I don't want the Democrats to bring back. Let's say they
Oh
win.
no,
Let's
I'm
say they
sorry,
win
not
everything.
reset, rebuild. Yes. I don't
Yeah,
want to ever
yeah.
go back. No,
I don't
yes,
I don't
rebuild.
need them to just rebuild the systems that we already had.
No,
Like
because it was
they were
obviously
faulty.
shitty. Yes.
Yeah, they were faulty to begin with.
But there's so
Hence why
much
they were
improvement.
hence why they was so easy to break down as well, by the way.
Yes, because if it was that strong of a democracy, he wouldn't be in power the way he is. He just exposed how weak it was.
No, no, no. Our democracy was functioning properly. Our democracy has always been at risk of a demagogue. That has always been the case. Um, we've never not been that way. Across every single founding fathers documents about how there was concern around demagogues. That's why they put all these balances and checks and all of that in place. It goes all the way back to like what Locke. It goes back to Greeks. Like the Greeks never fucking loved democracy, and despite like crafting being the first at least documented um,
Hmm.
democracies, and so this has always been at risk. Um, but this is exactly what we get when we don't. What's the okay? This is awesome episode. Back when Star Trek used to be fucking great. It was Star Trek: The Next Generation, and at
Hmm.
some point they put, I think, Lieutenant Data on um, trial, essentially, for not being a
Hmm.
real being.
Hmm.
And Picard is defending him. And at some point, it becomes very apparent that the prosecution that's trying to prosecute Data for whatever reason find him like they have their own agenda and motives and stuff like that. And it comes to light that she's just not a good person. And Captain Picard outsmarts her or whatever.
Hmm.
And she had managed to fool several people. And Worf comes in and apologizes to the captain. It's like, I believed her. She tricked me. He said, that's villains aren't the mustache twirling villain that does evil things is easy to pick out. But
Hmm.
those that cloak themselves in good deeds are always going to be harder. And he ends the episode with vigilance, Mr. Worf. Eternal vigilance is the price we have to pay for, I think he said freedom and liberty and whatever. Insert like a proper civilization, liberty, freedom, democracy, etc. Um, but
I can
that's
hear
exactly
Patrick
it.
Stewart's voice in my head.
And we were not vigilant. We were complacent. And that's really it. And you say that our democracy was weak. No, no, no. It functioned exactly as it needed to. It's the other parts of it that were lacking. And it has to do with us. It has to do with the fact that we weren't vigilant in keeping the money out of politics. It has to do with the fact that we allowed corporations to be somehow people.
I
And
also think we got very comfortable thinking everyone that was in that seat would be a quote unquote good man.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We
Like
never
even
braced ourselves for if someone with a shady agenda got into that position.
we thought we wouldn't have another Nixon. You know what I mean? Like, and
Yeah. Nixon
like
wasn't even, yeah.
even Nixon wasn't this bad.
Yes, that's
Like
why I'm like, we never prepared for someone of this magnitude. And
And
we always thought seeing other countries that would never be us.
we always thought that there would be within that position, or at least within these higher level positions, someone that would give a shit about the American people more
Someone that would be
than
ethical and have
themselves.
integrity. Yes.
More than themselves.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
That's like let's bottom line that shit. I don't want to coach it in words like ethical and integrity, because you could what Bush did may not have been a lot of ethical and integrity
Yes.
inducing. So,
Yes.
like,
Yes.
there are a
Yes.
lot of
Okay.
Iraqis that died for no fucking good reason because they weren't
Yeah.
involved in 9/11. So, before we go off on saying ethical, like, I think that Trump puts himself above the American people and the position that he holds. And I'm
Oh,
not
yes.
sure if we have ever had a president that did that to this degree. Like, I think everybody's a little selfish, but to completely, like, be willing to fuck over hundreds of millions of your own citizens to just get an extra $1 billion for
To not
yourself.
give a fuck about anyone
Yeah, that's
is a
new.
rare yes. I'm
That's
talking family included type
yep,
dude.
yep, that's
Yes.
rare.
We've never had anyone of that degree. No. And I don't know if you can ever fully prepare for something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard your warning, y'all.
Oh, fuck.
All right, Chip, we can wrap this up. I
All right,
think we've
buddy.
had a good full episode.
Yeah, this is a good one. Nice.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening. And until next time, this has been Real Talk. I've been your host, Jarrell Williams, and
Sorry, go you.
we'll catch you next time.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.